So we have quite a lot that we have to go through today, but I'm going to spend some time talking about the whole Asmongold thing.
Okay.
Mainly because a lot of people asked me about it, a lot of people brought it up, especially yesterday during the live stream, so I'm going to spend
Everybody's
some time
talking about it.
We're also going to be talking
Everybody's
about
talking about
the
it.
moves that is coming to select rounds in World of Warcraft Classic.
Look at that
as
beard.
well, of course, as the blunder
Holy shit.
that was made over on Blizzard Brazil's Facebook page. And then, of course, I'm just going to start off by quickly warning players, if you have Destiny 2 on your Battle.net account, you have to move that over to Bungie.net as quickly as possible. You have until September the 30th to do so. If after that date you still haven't done it, you will lose. Is always very much appreciated. With that said, let's jump right into it. Now, I'm going to
here we go.
from down below to this post.
Here we
You're
go.
going to read this post at your leisure, right, whenever you have time.
At your leisure.
I'm going to give you the quick TLDR, just so that we're all caught up. So, this is a user. The post itself was uploaded 2 days ago. It has received 16.4k upvotes, and it was upvoted by a user with the name Eurothemis, or Eurothemis, whichever way you want to pronounce that. That is probably up to you. But alright, so Eurothemis was very, very upset with Asmongold.
You could say that.
Of accepting money from his community.
You could say that. Very upset.
That he will not do that. He accuses Asmongold of accepting gear and items from his community,
True.
even after he said that he would not do
True.
that. And on the second count, I have found some evidence, at least, to suggest that Asmongold has done this.
This is
He
completely
has
true.
accepted
Completely
gear
true.
and items from his community. He has
100%
asked for
true.
boosts from his community in one way or another.
Well, not boosts. Like, well, you guys know that. Like, I mean, money and items, yeah, but not boosts. Like, I wish that I could ask for fucking boosts, but you fucking idiots in Olympus can't level that fast, man. What the fuck you guys doing? There's like 260s in the guild. How the fuck are we gonna do MC? How the fuck are we gonna do MC, guys? Come on.
All part of it, however, I could not find any evidence. And I'm not going to sit through 12-hour streams trying to find the single moment where Asmongold actually accepts gold from his community. But the guy is clearly very upset. 16.4k upvotes. It is the most upvoted post on the WoW Classic subreddit's history, or in its history. So you can see that a lot of people are very, very upset.
Wow.
He closes out by saying, "You failed Classic. You failed your fans,
Wow.
but most of all, you failed yourself. We thought more highly of you. You're disappointing." And I believe in that lies the biggest problem. Now, let me be clear on this. What I'm doing right now in WoW is I'm playing with one add-on, two add-ons actually. I'm playing with Auctionator, I'm playing with Macrosis. Right? Those are the two add-ons that I'm playing with.
Oh, it's
I
a
refuse
warlock.
to play with the quest add-on.
Okay.
Because I want to experience all of the quests on my own. I don't want to spam dungeons either because I like the questing experience. But that's my personal opinion. I don't have a problem doing it. And if people want to spam dungeons to get to max level, that's their problem. That's their prerogative. That's the beauty of Classic.
Yeah,
it allows
it
for
is.
so many different ways to reach the top, really. That's one of the reasons we all loved Classic and look forward to it.
Yeah.
It's the most sandbox experience. Classic gives you
You're goddamn
freedom
right.
to spam.
Rambo was the best with guns, with knives, with the
to spam dungeons to get to max level if you choose to do so.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't see that as a circumvention of the Classic experience. As to the golden item debacle, with the gold thing, I 100% agree with you guys. I don't think Asmongold should have taken gold, especially after he made that promise. And as I said, I have no evidence to show that Asmongold did in fact take gold from his community. And if you
I
have
shouldn't
that
have made
evidence,
the
if you have a
promise.
clip out there somewhere that shows this, please share it with me. But I have no evidence right now to show that Asmongold did in fact take gold from his community. But if he did, that would be bad, right? Because there was a clear promise right before
I
they
did.
started
I
that
did promise
all streamers,
that this is true.
You know, all streamers applied this to themselves. All streamers agreed to this. We will not take gold.
No, I think Soda is like he's sold auctions to like his viewers, right? Which is almost, it's not really like buying or like taking gold, but you know they're gonna buy it because it's you. Escalon is taking gold. There have been plenty of other people who have taken gold too. I think Tally has taken gold. Plenty of other people have taken gold too. It's not like all streamers have been in this pact and I've been the one who's broken it. Many people have done the same thing. Tim did it too. Yeah.
Until we get to epic mount status. Even me, I don't even have a big community. Even if all my community gave me gold, I'd still only have about fucking 30 gold pieces from my Twitch viewers, right? But that's still too many. That's still not something I should have, right? So even I, small-time streamer, say that I will not take any help from my community. But I have received items from my community. I open my mailbox every day and I find a new item that's been sent to me.
There you go.
And they're just sharing it around. But it also so happens that these people are sending other items to other members in the guild as well. Whenever they find an item that they think could actually be an upgrade for someone else, they're sending it around to their friends. And that, I think, is part of the classic experience. And Asmongold happens to have a lot of friends, 70,000 of them. And if they want to
only
share
37,000 now. My stream is dead.
Yes, you could put a restriction on that, I agree. I don't see that as big of an issue. Especially considering that if Asmongold was a streamer back in the Classic, would he not have done the exact same thing? Most likely would have. This has always been his personality. Right? So my biggest problem with this whole thing, and I want to say, if you're average at Asmongold, you have to ask yourself the following question. Is he not human? Because this is the problem that I have. This is my biggest issue with this whole thing, is people heighten celebrity, e-celebrity, whatever the hell you want to call Asmongold. They lift these people up to a standard that no human being could possibly ever adhere to. Right? You make them infallible and then get angry when they fail. And that's not fair, I think, to anyone. My basic stance on humans have always been the following, regardless of their follower status. Human beings will let you down, human beings are pieces of shit, and eventually everyone...
He's talking about me.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Literal
you
God.
Expect people to let you down. Ultimately, it boils down for me to the following. Do you enjoy Asmongold because you believe that he is better than every other human being and he is simply infallible?
I hope so.
In which case, unsub from him tomorrow. If you enjoy Asmongold because he's human,
never
he
mind.
makes you laugh and he entertains you, then stay subbed and watch his content because it's good. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Right? Nothing else really plays into that.
Okay.
From a personal thing, and I'm leaving this to the end of the topic to talk about because I don't want to poison your mind. So hopefully you've made up your mind at this point as to
poison your mind.
Feel
it's about right.
This situation. But from a personal perspective, would I have done this? No, I would not. I still play the game on my own, leveling or grouping up with people that I find out in the world. I struggle through every single quest. It's taking me a lot longer to level, but I'm having a shit ton of fun in the game doing it this way. I'm looking forward every single day to logging into Classic, and I'm not going to change that for anything, but I do not change that. Like, to change your mind on it,
that's what I do.
especially if not changing your mind is actually going to ruin the experience of the game that you're playing.
Yeah, that's basically what I did.
Playing. So, it really boils down to, I think, an individual thing. I can't hold everyone to the same standard that I hold myself because I can't even always stick to my own standard, and it is the standard that I have set for myself. It is difficult. It's difficult sometimes to remember everything that you've said, everything that you've promised, and to not make mistakes. So, I mean, fuck, guys. He's human. He's gonna make mistakes. I don't see how this is such a big fucking deal. Anyways, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of Asmongold.
I mean,
your thoughts. Then we're gonna move on very quickly to the free character.
Okay, this is interesting. Let's see here. What are the comments here? When a comment calls out Asmongold, this one makes promises, breaks them easily. Let's do whatever he wants. Let's see what Asmon does. 6,000 people about the Asmongold thing. Doesn't make their own gameplay. Why are they so upset about it? My opinion, Asmongold did or didn't do. It's not big of a deal. Well, no, okay. I guess I probably should make, like, now that it's been like a couple of days, I'll make, like, I guess a final, what do you call it? A final, like, opinion on this whole thing, right? Because, like, obviously this has been a big thing, and, you know, it's been a problem, and people have been upset about it, etc., right? So what do I think? Yeah, I think it was a mistake to have done the promise in the first place. I should not have made the promise. It was stupid to do, and I should have had the foresight to expect that people would devalue it to begin with all of the other extenuating circumstances, like being able to make instant groups and everything like that. That was a stupid misjudgment on my end. I should have expected that would have happened, and that's really all there is to it. I should have expected that, and I didn't, and that was my fault. Who cares? Yeah, so I'm sorry that I made the promise, but I'm not sorry that I broke the promise, if that makes sense. I think it was a good decision to not stick with that, because I think that farming gold all day would be boring. So, if that makes sense. So I'm sorry that I did it, but I'm not sorry that I broke it. It was a mistake to have done it. That's it. And so, like as I said, it was a dumb decision for me, and I think that's really what it is. And we would have had enough by 40 anyway. Well, the thing is that that's why I don't like to commit to things. Like, everyone's like, oh, Asmongold never commits to anything. I wonder why, right? Let's see here. Oh, we have to kill. Oh, for apologizing, hands down. No, it's not about that. It's that it was a mistake for me to have done. I'm sorry, as in, like, I'm not sorry to, like, anybody who thinks that it matters if I break a promise in an in-game, like, video game, I think is an idiot, right? But what I mean is that I am sorry that it happened, right? I wish that it did not happen. And I think it was my fault to allow that to happen, because I wasn't able to accurately predict what people's response to something would be, which is, at the end of the day, an error in my own judgment. And so, yeah, people care about this 15. Well, no, of course people that I think care about the way that somebody else plays video games an idiot. Right, here's the truth, man, is that I've already had my classic experience. I've already done it. I've already farmed out all my gold that I could for my epic mount. I've saved up my money. I couldn't afford my mount at 40. I've done all of this. I've already done it. There's no reason that I feel like I had to do it again. You know? And also, like, honestly, if I didn't stream, like, I would have probably just, like, yeah, been like, whatever, okay, I'll just, like, learn shit myself. But here's why I didn't. It's because I just thought the shit would be boring for the stream. Like, that's honestly, like, there was literally, like, almost no more thought to it than that. I was like, you know what? It would be boring to watch gold farming, so I'm not going to gold farm. That's really all there is to it. It wasn't like some big thing. I just thought it would be boring. Okay, so let's go get these guys down. No one actually cares, simply throwing their name out there for views. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, I feel like a lot of people actually do care. There are people that don't have a stream that care, right? So obviously it's not like just people are doing it for viewership. I think it's just like a weird situation, you know what I mean? I was saying about not taking anything as long as you can. No, I did make the promise. I did. Like, I'm not going to deny that. It's like, how could I possibly deny that? Everybody knows I said it. But in general, like, no, I just think it was weird the way that people reacted so negatively to it. It just didn't make any sense to me. But if I actually did say that I wanted it to be the exact same as Vanilla WoW, that was a stupid thing for me to have said, and I shouldn't have said that. I should have been able to go into that with the expectation, knowing that it wouldn't be possible. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, I think they look at streams and they make streams out to be like more than like what they are, right? Rather than like just being like a entertainment or something like that. This is like, now this big like agenda, and there's like this worldview that the stream has to reinforce, and it's like, whoa, what is all this? Like, I'm just trying to play the game, you know? And I think that's the way a lot of people look at things.
So I have an update on the Zoe body count situation. Many of you have probably seen my previous video on the situation. It is the story of Alec Holika and the woman Zoe Quinn, who essentially cost him his job and ultimately his life. Now here on Twitter, Medium, we're going to be taking a look at what's been happening. Jackson Finlay says, SJWs are now mass flagging all videos on the hashtag ZoBodyCount situation, just like with the original Gamergate censorship and falsely calling detractors misogynists will be their play. So, for those of you not familiar with the situation, here is how it goes. Zoe Quinn, a career liar, someone who has been unethical and a liar for the vast majority of her so-called career in video games. In the past, she slept with games journalists to get good reviews on her shitty game. This was discovered and revealed, and gamers were not having it. All of these articles were gotten unethically. This woman was a liar. And then she used it to play victim. People are attacking me. I'm a victim. I didn't sleep with any journalists for good reviews. And those journalists weren't colluding with me and each other. No way. And the media, being the fake news that it is, ran with the false story. So, the reality is, Zoe Quinn has a history of lying. So she lied about Alec Holika, a former co-worker who suffered from mental illness and was a game's dev. His entire life, he worked to be a better person and to function in society. She knew he was vulnerable, so she lied and she said, "He attacked me. He abused me," with zero proof, zero evidence. She did this on Twitter. She didn't go to police. She didn't go to anyone who could actually help. She made up a claim online, so people started harassing Alec Holika. He got fired from his job, and then ultimately, losing all hope, he took his own life. Zoe Quinn has blood on her hands. She is ultimately responsible for what happened to this man. And I do not believe her claims. I believe Alec is innocent. Alec was married. He was a married man. He had a good career. And Zoe Quinn is not attractive. So why would he do anything to her? People are ignoring the facts. And here we see Ethan Ralph. He posted a screenshot of a bunch of images of videos being that they're trying to take down. Different tweets. You see the SJWs, they don't know how to stop people. They only know how to stop people by censoring people. They're all trying to flag accounts of anybody who talks about this. Ethan Ralph, the Quartering, and many other people. So they're trying to hide the fact that Zoe Quinn got someone killed. So here on the media, Alec Holika died. Gamergate ready to exploit the tragedy. The playbook of the 2014 era Gamergate is being pulled out again. Now, I can't tell you how stupid and moronic this headline is. Khalid, you're stupid. Most of these people, in fact, I think all of these people, were not even involved in Gamergate. Maybe the Quartering, I don't know. The Clean Prince of Gaming is a new guy. Geeks and Gamers is a relatively new guy as far as I know. Neither of them were involved in Gamergate. Maybe they were, I don't know. But I don't remember them being there. Now, the story of Gamergate's a simple one. Zoe Quinn slept with games journalists to get good reviews on her game. This was revealed, and instead of owning up to it, those games journalists on their websites published, "Gamers are wrong, gamers are dead, gamers are toxic, these Gamergaters are all bad." It became a big deal because it revealed corruption in games journalism and exposed the media as fake news. It's almost been a decade, and they're still talking about Gamergate. This story has nothing to do with Gamergate. It has to do with Zoe Quinn, who got someone killed over false allegations, with zero evidence and zero proof. So, I'm just going to read a little bit from this article, and then we'll look at what people are saying, because that's the real discussion here. Tragedy grifting has become Gamersgate main currency of choice. No, it hasn't. After dozens of women and non-binary people, literally who, came out in stern opposition against sexual abuse, inadequate pay, and workplace discrimination, a predominant staple in the gaming industry, now a new event is likely to shift the tides in their favor back again. After it was always in their favor to anyone who wasn't an NPC. Everyone could see the truth. I was there. I saw the story develop. That's how I knew it was true. And it was one of the big entry-level red pills that got to me, as far as media and politics is concerned. When you see the media lying, when you see journalists lying, you realize that they're all full of shit. Now a new event is likely to shift the tides. After game composer Alec Holika, one of the many who the accusation centered around, was pronounced dead this Saturday morning. It didn't take long for Gamergate to take this into the streets, protesting it as a failure of cancel culture. Jeremy the Quartering Hambley already milked this tragedy for views by painting a target on Zoe Quinn and other victims' backs less than an hour after the news broke. In their view, because the accusations were unsubstantiated, this gave no right to Quinn to accuse Holika of sexual abuse, holding them captive in his apartment, and blacklisting them from further gigs in the industry. Well, you know, they have a point. Without evidence, without proof, without going to the police. Not to mention, Zoe Quinn is a notorious liar. A liar. And everybody knows it. That's why she's being called out. But therein lies the problem already. Holika's Holika's sister, when announcing the death of her brother, confirmed the allegations were true. No, she didn't. She might have said that she believed the allegations, but she was a feminist, and she seemed to care more about a stranger than her own brother. I'm honestly disgusted by Holika's sister. Not even defending her brother. I believe in her brother, and I'm a total stranger. And Zoe Quinn is a liar. She lied about Gamergate, she lied about sleeping with people, she lied about this. Hands down. The girl who cried wolf is still crying wolf. Zoe Quinn pushed a man to suicide. This cannot be ignored. And the fact that anyone would write this terrible article is disgusting. You're the reason we have to speak out. You're the reason that there's outrage. Because you support liars with zero evidence. You get people fired from their jobs. You get people killed. You Me Too'd someone to death. Now, there's the first comment here, and it actually proves my point. Not that the people writing it actually realize it. John Farlow II says, "It's pretty good, but I feel there's some context missing. So I described being sexually assaulted or struggle-snuggled by 5 other men in separate incidents. First, there was someone in Boston she described stabbing to death. There's 2 jobs she was driven out due to sexual assault prior to becoming a game developer. In one instance, she described getting fired after fracturing a customer's eye socket after he sexually assaulted her." And then everybody clapped. The point being, she's more qualified to know the right and wrong way to handle abuse claims. No, she doesn't. 5 times? Or maybe she lied about all of them and is still lying. That is statistically unlikely. She lied about Gamergate. She's a con woman. She's been lying her entire life, playing the victim, probably because she's not making as much money as she used to. So she thought, hey, I'll accuse this innocent man of sexual abuse, I'll get him fired, I'll get a bunch of pity, and then more people will give me money. More people will hire me. Maybe she's a liar. Did you ever think about that? A lot of this sounds like absolute nonsense, fantastical. She made it up. She claims in Boston she stabbed someone to death? Is there even a little bit of evidence for that? Where on her record does it say that someone assaulted her and then she killed him? And she didn't get charged for this? There was nothing? No police reports? Not a zip? She's a liar! She's a pathological liar! Jesse says, "I'm noticing one thing here. A lot of these accounts commenting have little or no activity outside of commenting here. A lot of their claps come from each other. So honestly, in the light of this, how many are bot accounts?" My Russian bot's at it again! How many are accounts made to influence the appearance of the general responses? Regardless of what was said here, whether I agree or not, the actions taken by the commenters or commenter just saying does not reflect positively on GG and what they seem to support in the first place. Now shut up! I wanted to comment on this, but I don't have a Medium account or whatever you need to comment. Does that mean that my comment isn't valuable? Because I'm not part of your hug box? You people are blind, brainwashed. Herper Derper says, "As you can see in the responses, it's already too late. Alec will be another tool in the war of misogyny against women invading their space. No, it will be another tool in the war against false accusations that ruin innocent men's lives. You never, ever learn. You are sick, you are disgusting, and you are liars." Of course we don't believe Quinn. Of course we don't believe you. Thomas K. points out the truth. No, she didn't. She said something to the effect of that she believed the allegations were true. And that's what makes his sister garbage. She had feminist on her bio, but I thought maybe she's not a bad person. Maybe she's not part of the problem. Turns out she is. You know, who would have known? Too many Toadstool says, "Gamergate doesn't exist anymore. Stop using it as leverage against people who have questions. People are upset, they have every right to be." And I think that's the perfect way to see it off. You had no proof. You had absolutely no proof. You accused and destroyed a man's life. You drove him to death. You are monsters. Monsters! Even Kiwi Farms, home to some of the biggest assholes on the internet, has turned against Zoe Quinn. Even Kiwi Farms recognizes Zoe Quinn for the liar she is. Someone who has sexually harassed people, someone who drove someone to suicide. Oh yes, she has sexually harassed people. But what about evidence? Oh, using someone with zero evidence and zero proof. If she had evidence and proof, she would have posted it. She didn't. Because she couldn't. Dharma1 says, "Oh geez, it's a bad omen when even Kiwi Farms goes, oh fuck. That's bad." But you know what, my friends, that's pretty much the story. I think this sums it up. SJWs are mass flagging videos and trying to hide the truth that false allegations are the real problem. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about Zoe Quinn? What do you think about the Zoe body count situation? What do you think about Alec Holika? Let me know what your opinion is on this entire mess. Now, as a reminder, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar. My channel is not monetized. It's the best way to support the channel. Links are all in the description. You can check out my affiliate link. Be sure to follow me on BitChute and Twitter and other social media, and sharing the video always helps. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.
Connie, this is Alex.
Is everybody on board and ready to go? What in God's name is this? Something.
Oh my goodness. Well, yesterday on my second channel, Midwesley, which I'll link in the description and probably the pinned comment down below, I talked about some major changes on YouTube where it had removed 17,000 channels in just the past few months, and media outlets like CNN decided that that wasn't enough, even though they had increased the overall removal of channels by literally 500%. Today comes some changes out of YouTube, which is in response to a large fine that they had just the other day, I believe $170 million, which I also covered on Midwesley. A lot of times, the tech-related, speech-related things, they end up on my Midwesley channel, so you should be subscribed there if you want to follow that kind of news. But the reason this goes on my main channel is because this affects all of YouTube, and this is ridiculous. YouTube put out a series of tweets today that is, I guess, a good time to be creating content that isn't family friendly. I don't know. It's like they're squeezing us in on both sides, and I have no idea what this means for the large amount of channels on YouTube. Okay, so they tweeted out, today we're sharing several changes designed to better protect data on kids' content on YouTube, starting in about 4 months. After Christmas, conveniently. We will treat data coming from anyone watching children's content on YouTube.com as coming from a child, regardless of the age of the user. This means we will only collect data needed to support the operation of the service. Personalized ads will stop running on content made for kids. Now, that doesn't say no ads, it just means personalized ads. Features like comments and notifications will no longer be available for videos made for kids. Now, this is an interesting thing because it immediately raises the question to me is, how do I know what content is generally created for them? Does that mean like shows like Family Guy or, large Cartoon Network channels, like the Cartoon Network YouTube channel, is that not going to send notifications now? Am I unable to comment on these videos? This seems like they're punishing us, the users. Now, I talked about the grander scheme of things where the fine came down on YouTube, is passed down by the FTC, and I believe it's at least plausible that you're going to see more ads. That removes the targeting for ad agencies. So if I wanted to say target a specific age demographic and I had that data available to me, let's say you were all watching Jake Paul videos or something like that, or PewDiePie videos. This is going to hurt a lot of people that create content that may be kid-friendly. Before I knew which channels and which videos had this type of audience, going forward I won't know. Now, some advertisers, let's say you're Hasbro or Mattel or something and it's Christmas and you're like, I don't care, I'll just run ads on whatever this channel puts out because I know the channel historically has had good performance for us. But there will certainly be people that choose not to advertise on these channels now because they won't know who their target viewer is. This is a negative. Obviously, removing notifications is also particularly odd for the service as some sort of data protection. We know a lot of parents and YouTube watch YouTube together. Parents and kids watch YouTube together. But for kids watching alone, we recommend using the YouTube Kids app. It's been available since 2015, and we're continuing to invest in it with more parental controls and higher bar for qualifying channels. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm sure kids would love to get that installed. And of course, then they put out the set. Steve Berwick, would my content be limited if I make edgy SpongeBob meme or a meme based off a kids show in the 90s? I mean, these are reasonable questions. Here's their official blog. talking about improvements to YouTube Kids, investing in family creators. We know these changes will have significant business impact on family and kids creators who have been building both wonderful content and thriving businesses. I mean, you're talking about channels that may have 10 or 20 million subscribers overnight not being able to send notifications to their viewers anymore. That's crazy. That is legitimately business damaging. We've worked to give impacted creators 4 months to adjust before changes take effects on YouTube. How do you adjust to that? My viewers can no longer interact with my content, and my viewers will no longer get notifications when I upload it. I suppose you could implore your viewers to download and install some sort of third-party app to control notifications. I know there are some out there. It's actually something I've been considering as well. I don't know. I need to learn more about it before I recommend it, though. We're also going to continue investing in the future of quality kids, family, and educational content. We're establishing a $100 million fund dispersed over 3 years dedicated to the creation of thoughtful, original children's content on YouTube and YouTube Kids globally. What does that mean? Does that mean you're going to give money to the creators? Probably not. What about shows, that are from adults that target kids? What about, is this an individual video? Because a particular channel may have both types of content. In fact, it's probably more common that channels will have videos. For example, look at PewDiePie's channel on how we're rethinking our overall approach to kids and families, including dedicated kids experience on YouTube. I have the privilege of working alongside parents who deeply care about kids, blah, 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 blah. This is not good. This is going to absolutely destroy some channels. It's going to destroy some businesses. And I'm not sure this is the best way. I mean, the notification system, that seems brutal. No comments either. CNET covered it as well. YouTube, giant video site owned by Google, announced Wednesday massive changes in how it treats kids' videos as the FTC hit them with a record $170 million fine. The largest penalty to ever be. Yes, we covered this on Midwestly. But Andrew Smith, the director of their bureau, said significance goes beyond the fine, calling the settlement a new front in the battle to protect kids' privacy. Wednesday deal settles allegations that YouTube used collected personal data for children without parents' consent. I mean, it's bothersome, the notification. I mean, like, literally, any time YouTube tries to make any change at all, it's no good. It fails. This is a major change that will impact businesses all around the world. There are literal, huge studios that exist that make nothing but kid videos. When you look at how they even handled, even when you think they're doing it right. Remember a few weeks ago when they put out a video or a post saying, hey, we're getting rid of the ability of certain people to claim audio that's less than 6 seconds. Everyone's like, yay, moving in the right direction. What happened? Everyone just started claiming audio that was 7 seconds long. It happened to Angry Joe. It happened to 2 of my videos, which I didn't even publish. Because forget you. I'm not going to get you. You're not going to get paid for my work, Warner Brothers. YouTube will, in effect, presume that any people watching children-directed content on YouTube are actual children, regardless of their age. That means it'll limit the data it collects on those views to the bare minimum, which is only what's needed to support. It will also halt kids-oriented videos from having personalized ads, comments, and notifications that will require that uploaders tell YouTube when a video is directed. Okay, so it may be at the video level. Okay, I suppose this is better for mixed channels, but still, what do you define a kid? I mean, why are you depriving them of notifications or comments? That seems so weird. Can't you leave a comment without collecting data? Can't you send a notification without collecting personal data?
James here. Appreciate you spending the next couple of minutes with me. I have earned over, about $7 million online in the last 2.5 years. And before that, I was completely broke. I was negative $60,000 in debt. And now, today, I'm coming from the Bahamas, where I took not only my family, but my wife's family all on vacation.
Channels that post videos but don't identify as such run the risk of getting hit with their own FTC fines, according to the commission. Wow. YouTube is the world's biggest video source, blah, 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 2 billion monthly users, and a huge number of those are kids. Yes, we know. Think of the kids. Wow, this sentence. Channels that post kids videos, but don't identify them as such, run a risk of getting hit. So, essentially, if you try to circumvent this new system, wow, how would they even enforce this? Okay, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. How would you even enforce this? Let's say I make a cartoon and sure, kids watch it, but I want adults to watch it. How is that my problem? How is it my fault who my stuff appeals to? That's crazy. To think that individual creators can be subject to fines. What? YouTube will be creating this fine, responsibility, blah, blah, blah. The group affected most deeply by the changes will be creators of children's content who stand to make less money and also face the risk of being swept under their own penalties. Their own penalties. YouTube, you can do way better than this. Way. The FTC also warned that deceptive kids content creators on YouTube could face their own aggressive fines as part of the settlement. The FTC will make a sweep of YouTube's videos after the company has implemented the required changes because YouTube will now require uploaders to identify videos directed. But what if you don't? Oh my god, this is a disaster. What if you make a video that sure is enjoyed by younger audiences but isn't necessarily directed at them? It's making you self-select people who are not going to see your video. You basically have to opt in to failure. Hank Green puts this up, and then the major doozy. No more personalized. I'm sorry, but the bigger part of this is how they fixed that problem. The path forward the FTC YouTube found was that YouTube, anyone watching kids content, that means two things. First, limited ability to interact with kids content, no more comments, for example. On notifications is bigger. Then the big doozy, no more personalized ads. The vast majority of YouTube ads are personalized. So, and they don't really get to TV-style, non-personalized ads. So kids content creators, and there are lots of great ones, will see their revenues drop by, if I had to guess, more than 50%. I'm going to guess, if I had to say, it would be more than 70%. As an ad agency person myself, if I can't target it, I'm not just running ads out into the ether. I have to be able to target very specifically. And to be very clear, ad return on investment of YouTube ads as an advertiser is very thin. So without hyper-targeted ads, I would just not be interested at all in YouTube advertising. This could affect the overall marketplace, to be honest with you. Because people that want to advertise their product to everybody might just leave the platform altogether. This is a very bad solution that YouTube put into place. It's hard to imagine that this is the best they could come up with, and this is going to largely negatively affect the YouTube platform. And YouTube, you can do better than this. I sincerely hope so. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, before you leave, make sure you leave a like and drop a comment on it. It's the only way to help the channel grow in today's YouTube environment. Above you'll find a link to subscribe, and make sure you turn your notifications on, or if you just want to check out another video, there's one of those up there too.